I just wanted to take a moment to talk about death real quick. Now, this past year, my school, Prince Andrew High School, lost two students in car accidents. One of them, his name was David Julian, I'm sorry. And he had died 1 month prior to graduation. Another student, Tyson Bundy, also died in a car crash 1 week prior to graduation. There was a lot of remorse for these deaths. A lot of people had commented on Facebook and so on, saying that they were going to miss them, rest in peace, so on and so forth. And while I do not wish to speak ill of the dead, I wish to bring up something. One thing about the David Julian case was that David Julian was an innocent kid. He was just someone trying to have a good time. He got into the wrong car with the wrong set of people, and that resulted in his death. It's very tragic, yes. With Tyson Bundy, though, he was pulled over by the cops with a friend. And the cops had suspicion to believe that he had cocaine in the car with him. He had drugs with him. They didn't know about the cocaine until afterwards. They suspected he had drugs, though. He and his friend booked it, and the resulting chase ended with Tyson Bundy going through the window of the car and landing quite a few meters ahead of where the car had ended. Now, when the cops searched the car, they found, I believe it was 10 grams of cocaine and a pistol. I think it was just a simple little Beretta pistol, little 9mm thing. And yet, Tyson Bundy got just as much, rest in peace and all this, from these people who also said the same thing for David Julian. In fact, I even put down rest in peace just because it was considered polite. It was the right thing to do. What I have to ask, though, is why show respect for a thug? I mean, this kid was known for basically doing breaking and enterings. He was known for basically committing robbery and stuff like that, running drugs, and yet he got lots of respect. And yet David Julian did not do this. David Julian was an upstanding kid. He did his best in school. He was friends with pretty much everyone. I didn't know him personally, but I was aware of his presence even before the accident. And I just have to ask, again, why? Why show respect for someone who sells narcotics, who is a criminal? Why should we say rest in peace to them? I know it's kind of a heartless thing for me to say, but it's the truth. I mean, if Charles Manson died tomorrow, there'd be a whole bunch of people who'd either say, it's good, that monster's gone, we don't have to deal with him anymore, or we would hear, Charlie Manson's gone? Oh, damn it. What are we going to do now? We don't have Charlie Manson. Oh, rest in peace, dude. You know what? While murder is a bit more of an offensive thing than drug running, I still wouldn't care. He was a criminal. Sure, I may have thought he was a genius 3 years ago because I was in that sort of wavering phase of teenagehood, but that being said, why should we show criminals this kind of respect? I mean, Tyson Bundy, like I said, he was a drug dealer. He ran drugs. And he dies. And people give him respect. I can see this coming from, family and friends, people that he knew, but some of these people didn't even really know him. They were just sort of, they were from the stoner circle as well. And these people that I'm talking about, the stoner circle, they're just people that do pot. Not cokeheads, not heroin not heroin, or whatever people are called who do heroin or acid heads or anything like that. They were just simple potheads. They did pot. The occasional thing of E or LSD or something like that. But after that, I don't really see why. I know I'm just repeating myself, but it just puzzles me. It makes me just go, why? Why show respect to someone who sold such things? It's really, it's insane to me. I mean, nobody said the same thing for Pablo Escobar or anybody, pretty much. A drug dealer in Jamaica gets gunned down. Nobody says a thing. A crack dealer in LA gets stabbed repeatedly. It's just passed on. So why is it that this one kid, 19 years old, selling coke, gets all this respect? Makes no sense to me. Either way, life's funny, isn't it? Rest in peace, David Julian. Rest in peace, Tyson Bundy.